Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
Ready.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
The Saints at 12-3 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You look at this Niner defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. They'll drop to throw. These guys running back out of the backfield. Still going. They can't stop him. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they could do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Miller is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line, because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
Now for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team moves it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 15. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14. This defense for the Saints, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Purdy from his own end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And he'll take it on this side of midfield. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
Yeah, he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. And you look at the Saints defense.
They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
They go play action here. Purdy.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
3rd and 19. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Come on. Hey! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready, ready?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now is 2nd and 10.
Ready.
That's
It's out to the left flat and complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Dancing away at the 35. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Second down, here's Purdy to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Saints are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. is going to have a Saints first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Cougar 19.
They're going to look to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
2nd and 10. Purdy from the gun. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Here's Purdy. The back foot throw there is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Ready,
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready.
He's going to try and do this himself. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback. 38 yards.
And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds, drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in this career. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. 30 now to throw off the play action. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
That was a nice job there defensively being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Second and 6 with the ball on the 7.
Here's Kamara off the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Off the RPO, he completes it. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. The throwing here, Purdy. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Foster Moreau, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
A first throw for the backup, Wilson.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
That was a chance for the breakthrough. He's got a man running free, and you've got to be able to put that on him. But instead, let it too far, incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick.
And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time.
Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On third down, Wilson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Wilson, he's going to look to run with it.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Touchdown! George Kittle, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Niners' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Everyone felt like this game was over, but to be able to stay in it, put together a drive, score a touchdown, that's got to be a positive for them.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
49ers 7. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
The drive will start with an option going left. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's go.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Ready.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A man who played collegiately here in Louisiana, Elijah Mitchell.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Wilson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. From the shotgun, Wilson. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Now this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jamal Williams, 27 yards. And the Saints are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
They go play action with Wilson.
He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel. Now inside the 25. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, an 80-yard touchdown. And the 49ers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to the ground. It's Kamara.
He'll get this down to the 38.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Javon Hargrave. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Cougar 19.
Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Back to Kamara for another catch. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Running the jet sweep, Thornton.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Warriors 70. Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players